It's November, and we're looking back last month, October 2025, for your Triangle real estate market update. The shift is here. Hold on. Before you make any move in this market, you need to see this number. $644,690. That's what the median home price in Apex just sold for, up 31% from last year. And yet closed sales are down 17%. So what's really happening? Are we in a seller's market or a buyer's market or something no one is talking about just yet? Hi, I'm RJ Hogger with the Hogger Group, powered by KW Legacy. And in the next 10 minutes, I'm going to break down exactly what's happening across 6 major Triangle markets, and more importantly, what it means for you, your wallet, and whether you're buying or selling. Because here's what most agents won't tell you. This market is just playing by new rules. And if you're using 2023 strategies in 2025, you're going to lose. So stay with me. Now, real quick, if you're staying ahead of the Triangle real estate market and all of this information matters to you, do me a favor, hit that subscribe button right now. We drop these market breakdowns every single month with actual data, not hype. And I promise the insight coming at minute 7, or roughly minute 7, about Morrisville is going to surprise you. So let's talk about Apex, the $644,000 question. Let's look, because if you live here and if you're thinking about buying here, you're probably feeling confused right now. The median sales price hit $644,699 or $690, in October. That's up 4.2% from just last month and a massive 31.5% jump from this same time last year. But here's where it gets really interesting, and this is key. Closed sales dropped 17% from September, and prices are up, but fewer homes are selling. What is going on? Well, here's what the data is actually telling us. The quality buyers are still out there, and they're moving fast. Homes in Apex are averaging just 14 days on market. That's 2 weeks. Blink and they're gone. Sellers are getting 99% of their asking price, and the price per square foot jumped 5% to $251. So if you own a home in Apex, you might be thinking, should I sell? Here's my take on it. If your home is in great condition, priced right, and you've got a reason to move, then yes, you still have leverage. But the days of just slapping any price on a listing and getting 10 offers, well, those are fading fast. Now, inventory, let's look at that. Here's the shift. We've got 353 active listings and 2.8 months supply. That's up from earlier this year. And we're not in a buyer's market just yet, but we're moving forward to a balanced market, and that changes everything. Oh, Apex homeowners, do me a favor, drop your zip code below if you want a custom value estimate on your home. And again, here's another quick question. Did that $644,000 number surprise you? Or does it feel about right for Apex? Let me know in the comments below. I actually read them. So, all right, let's take a look at Cary. Cary, known as the consistency king. Let's talk about Cary, because if Apex is the flashy neighbor, Cary is the one with the steady paycheck and the 401k. Median sales price, $640,000. That's up 11% from September and 7.7% year over year. And unlike some markets that are slowing down, Cary's closed sales actually rose 12% month over month. People are buying here, and they're buying with confidence. Homes are averaging 31 days on market, a little longer than Apex, but still moving quickly overall. Sellers are getting 96% of their list price, and the price per square foot climbed to $260, up nearly 5%. Now, here's what I love about Cary. It's predictable. It performs well in every price bracket, especially the higher end. And if you are a move-up buyer or you're relocating to the Triangle for a job, Cary consistently delivers strong appreciation and quality of life. Inventory is at 432 homes with 3.2 months of supply. That's what we call a healthy, balanced market. Not too hot, not too cold. So here's my advice. If you're thinking about Cary, if you're planning to move in the next, 6 to 12 months, start now. Because once spring hits, competition will heat up again, and you'll be fighting for the same home with 5 other buyers. All right, Holly Springs, let's talk about you. This is what's happening here because the numbers tell a fascinating story. Median sales price, $595,000. That's up 2.6% from last month, but down 4% from last year. So we're still seeing a little bit of a pullback year over year, but month to month, we're seeing some stability. Now, here's the interesting part. Closed sales dropped 28%, but, and this is critical, days on market fell to just 14 days. Translation, fewer homes are selling overall, but the ones that do list are getting snapped up in 2 weeks. Sellers are getting 99.3% of their asking price. Price per square foot is sitting at $243, and inventory sits at 145 homes with 3 months of supply. So what does this mean if you're a seller in Holly Springs? Simple. Presentation matters. If your home is updated and clean and priced correctly and shows well, you're golden. But if you're trying to sell a dated home at peak pricing, you're going to sit. The market is rewarding quality and, frankly, punishing laziness. I know that sounds harsh, but it's true. That's the new reality of this market. And if you're a buyer in Holly Springs, be ready to move. When the right home hits the market, you've got days, not weeks. So remember that. Now, let's look at Raleigh. Raleigh is the opportunity zone. Let's zoom in. And this is the biggest and most diverse market in the Triangle. And honestly, this might be where the best opportunities are right now. So the median price, home price is $450,000. That's up 1% from September, but down 2% from last year. Now, before you panic, here's what that actually means. Raleigh has more affordable and first-time buyer homes closing right now, which brings the median price down. It doesn't mean values are crashing. It means more people can afford to buy. Closed sales climbed 4% month over month with 541 homes sold. So days on market increased to right around 26, up 40% from last year. Still quick, but not the insanity of 2022, 2023. Sellers got 97.9% of lists, and the price per square foot is at $227. Now, the big thing, 1,914 homes sold. Now, 1,914 homes sold with 3.5 months of supply. Here's what I'm seeing on the ground. Raleigh is trending toward a balanced market. Fewer bidding wars, more room to negotiate. Buyers actually have time to think and make smart decisions instead of panic offering over asking. Now, if you've been sitting on the sidelines waiting for your moment, this is it. Especially if you're a first-time home buyer or you're looking at that $350,000 to $500,000 range. Now, here's a poll. Do you think Raleigh hits 4 months of supply by year end? Vote down and below and let me know. Now we turn our attention to Fuquay. Okay, Fuquay-Varina. You might want to sit down for this one because this market is on fire. The median home price is $533,500. That's up 16% from September and 16% year over year. That's one of the biggest jumps in the entire Triangle this month. Closed sales stayed flat at 95 homes, but days on market dropped 23% to just 30 days. Sellers are getting 98.6% of lists, and price per square foot rose to $215. But here's the key data point. New listings fell 35%, and active inventory dipped 9% to just 268 homes. That leaves Fuquay with only 2.8 months of supply. So what's driving this? Fuquay is becoming the go-to spot for move-up buyers and families who want more. More space, newer builds, better schools, lower price per square foot than Apex or Cary. And with inventory this tight, sellers are still in the driver's seat here. If you're thinking about selling in Fuquay, this is your moment. And if you're buying, you better be pre-approved and ready to compete. Now, let's take a look at Morrisville. Morrisville is the wild card. Now, when we look at Morrisville, things get really, really interesting. Median sales price jumped 15% month to month to $522,500. But, and this is important, it's still 5.5% below last year. Why? Well, probably fewer luxury listings closing this month. Small sample sizes create big swings. And speaking of small sample sizes, only 12 homes sold in October. That's a 40% drop from September. But listen to this. Days on market fell to nearly 50% to just 29 days. And sellers got 96.4% of their list price. So the homes that are selling are moving fast and getting close to ask. But overall, volume is low inventory. And inventory is sitting around 49 homes with 4.1 months of supply, the highest in the area we've covered today. Here's what this tells me. Morrisville is starting to move into a balanced market faster than the other markets. And for buyers, that means more negotiating power, more time to think, maybe even some seller concessions. For sellers, you've got to be sharp, price it right, market well, and don't expect miracles. But if you do it right, you'll still get a great outcome. Okay, let's zoom out. When we look at all of Western Wake County and Raleigh together, here's what the data is, in many cases, screaming at us. Prices are stable and rising in nearly every market. Closed sales are down compared to last year. Days on market are tightening in hot areas like Apex and Holly Springs. Inventory is rising, giving buyers breathing room, but we're not in a buyer's market yet. And most towns are between somewhere in the neighborhood of 2.8 to 3.5 months of inventory. That's a seller leaning into a balanced market. So what does this actually mean for you? Now, if you're a seller, this says overpricing and still getting multiple offers, those days are over. But if your home shows well, is prepped right, and priced strategically, you'll still get strong interest and close to list price. If you've just got to be smart about it. Now, if you're a buyer, this fall and winter could be your best window in years. More inventory, less competition, sellers open to negotiation, and you have some rate buy down opportunities as well and closing cost credits. The market is shifting your way. So do me a favor, put in the comments below, are you buying or are you selling? Now, listen. If you're finding this breakdown valuable, do me a favor, hit that thumbs up, and it actually helps other people find this information. And we pour a ton of time and resources into this to make it as accurate as possible. So with that in mind, that's your October update here in the first part of November for Apex, Cary, Holly Springs, Fuquay-Varina, Morrisville, and Raleigh. Now, if you're sitting here saying, okay, RJ, this is great, but what does it mean for my specific neighborhood or my home or my situation? Well, that's exactly the conversation we would love to have with you. Tracy and I would love to walk you through a detailed, customized plan for your goals, whether that's selling at the right time or buying in the right neighborhood or just understanding where your equity stands. The number on your screen there right now, reach out to us using that number or head over to thehagergroup.com to schedule a private consultation. Zero pressure, zero obligation, just real insights. And before you go, do me a favor, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you don't miss next month's update. We do this every single month to keep you informed ahead of the curve. And with that, I'm RJ Hoggard with the Hoggard Group, powered by KW Legacy. Thanks for watching and thanks for spending some time with me today. And I'll see you on the next video.